infinite blessings and love. Namaste, namaskaram. This is Om Oracle Tarot, and this is the Pisces reading for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for September 2022. Now, I have to remind everybody that these are general readings and may not resonate with everyone. If they don't, that's all right. There's plenty of other great YouTube tarot readers that you can check out. I also want to remind everybody to check your other placements, as it can help give you a broader picture of what may be going on. And if you would like to get in contact with me, you can do so in the comments of the video. You can also get in contact with me at the Om Oracle Tarot Instagram page, which there is only one, and the link for that is in the description below this video. And if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated. And I want to send a big heartfelt gratitude out to all those who have liked, shared, subscribed, and donated. It really does mean a lot. And again, thank you. All right. Without any further ado, please give us a message for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for September 2022. 3 cards, please. I only take uprights and I only take jumpers from the deck. Three cards, please. All right. 2 more, please. All right. So we have the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Hermit, and the 10 of Cups. So we have 2 10s here. Something is definitely coming to its completion here. So we have the 10 of Swords. So something has definitely come to an end here. And this may be painful for a lot of you. I don't feel that it's painful for everybody, but for a lot of you, this is a painful ending. But this ending marks a new birth here. And when you dust yourself off and you get up and you get on this horse, the Knight of Swords here, you are... it's almost this ending and this rebirth is driving you towards this success with a lot of ambition. You get up and you immediately start taking action towards your success here. Then we have the Hermit. So you are moving forward. You are driven towards this success, but it's this balance between driving yourself forward, essentially, with speed, and also taking this time to be alone, seek this inner guidance. You're doing a lot of soul searching because you're moving forward here. Definitely. But this still needs to be processed, whatever this ending is. And so you are moving forward. So it's almost like you are doing this hermit introspection while you're moving forward here. So you will be spending some time alone in this, or at least withdrawing within yourself. You may be around a group of people in a crowd and still withdrawn into yourself in this hermit position. And all of this is riding on this 10 of Cups energy. So this And I feel like this is what you're driving forward towards. This is your hope, and it appears that it is coming in, this divine love, this bliss, this extreme happiness. You have all the cups of emotion here. So let's get a little bit more. This is the Yogic Path deck. I want to remind everybody that I don't speak very much during my day-to-day life, so while there's moments of silence, while there might be shuffling, do pay attention to any intuitive hits you get within yourself. If you see anything in your mind's eye, if you hear a sound, you hear a word, you smell something that reminds you of something, you get song lyrics in your head, as this is all your intuition playing a role in this reading. As we are not together in person, I am connecting to your energy. And so your energy is very much a part of this reading, and your energy is here, and also vice versa. So do pay attention to those. All right. 3 cards, please. 3 cards for our Pisces, for what is on their spiritual path in September 2022. Three cards, please. Three cards, please. All right, we have the Ajna, the third, or not the Ajna is the 6th chakra. Thank you. Satya and Svadhyaya. Thank you. All right, so the Ajna, this is the 6th chakra. This is, a lot of times people will say this is the seat of the soul. And when you see something in your mind's eye, this is what they're talking about, the Ajna, the 6th chakra, the third eye. And so you are receiving some guidance in the spirit here as you move forward in this withdrawal mode. You're withdrawing into your inner self here as you move forward. And so you will be getting a lot of intuitive hits. Your visions, your sights are going to play a big role. Pay a lot of attention to your dreams, your daydreams, as these are all going to play a really important role for you moving forward in September here. And then we have Satya. Excuse me. So this is truthfulness or truth. And I think a couple months ago, Pisces got this card also. But there is truth has kind of brought this ending in. But truth is also what you're seeking and finding within yourself here. And this is leading to this this emotional truth. and divine bliss here. Let's scoot these down. And the truth is, this is Svadhyaya. And this is this self-study. This is self-inquiry, looking into the nature of who and what you are at the root of your perception. Asking, who am I? What am I? What is looking through my eyes right now? What is seeing? What is reality? What is God? What is reality playing on? What is the screen that reality is playing on? These are the questions and the truths that you are coming into here. So let's get 3 cards, 3 messages from the Wisdom of the Buddha deck, as I call it. Thank you for our Pisces for what is on their spiritual path for September 2022. All right, 2 more, please. Too many. Too many. All right, let's get 2 more, please. Two more, please. Thank you. All right. So we have the ancient tantric mother goddess, the origin of all goddesses. And the message here is, mother energy pours forth life. So connecting to this feminine energy, whether you're a man or a woman, we all have masculine and feminine energies. And so this is asking you to connect to this feminine energy, this feminine input and output of emotion here. This feminine strengths of endurance here. And when we speak of the mother goddess, when you come into this truth of your true nature of who you are, what God is, what reality is, you see that all of reality is the goddess. There's nothing that is not the goddess. Everything is the goddess. And whether you're a man or a woman, everything in physical reality is the goddess, is life. And then we have Kubera, the patron of the arts, creator of abundance. And the message here is, be a creator of abundance. So again, with this creative energy. And when you come into this realization of who and what you are, you begin to create in a different way, because you realize that, 1, everything is the goddess, and 2, that everything is also within you. You are actually the creative dynamic force that is sparking the whole universe into motion, not just your individual body vehicle, but all of the universe. And also Kubera. So Kubera is also known for the Kubera square. You can see, it's very hard to see, but that's what's on his horse's medallion here. And the Kubera square is planetary magic, is money magic. And so you may be engaged, and Pisces, you've gotten this in the past, engaged in some level of magical practice. And so perhaps you have been doing money magic, or perhaps the divine is saying that you might want to look into that, the Kubera square, planetary squares, and things like that. And then we have the ecstatic Dakini, the lion-headed Dakini. It says, old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. So you may be physically young, you may be physically older, but this truth of yourself and what you truly are at the essence of your being is timeless and ageless. You could say it is the oldest thing. It's beyond age, but you could say it is the oldest thing that actually ever existed. And so when you come into this truth of yourself, this brings wisdom and fierce certainty of I know who and what I am and why I came here. Now the mind is going to dispute this. The mind can't actually know that. But the essence of yourself does and will know that. So this fierce certainty, and this also brings a level of wisdom about it, because you are aware of what you are, what God is, and what reality is. Not in a book way, but in an experiential way. You've experienced your true nature here. So let's get 3 cards, please, from the Gita deck. 3 cards for our Pisces for what is on their spiritual path for September 2022. Conscious entity. 2 more, please. And if you hear any cars drive by, I have the window open here, so you might hear some noise of people walking by, and a neighbor might poke their head in and say, "What are you doing in there?" All right, conscious entity. So you're coming into this knowledge through this introspection of this conscious entity that you, not only you are, but that we all are this one conscious entity. One entity playing the role of many. And that actually this ending, even though it's painful, was so important to get you driving in this direction and causing this withdraw into yourself, so that you could have this realization. And Aquarius got a kind of a similar reading, not exactly the same, but and then offerings of devotion. Now, a lot of people have gotten this card. And this is asking you to see all of your acts and movements in the world as an act of devotion. Whether it's tying your shoes, brushing your teeth, going to the bathroom, falling asleep, watching a movie, skateboarding, whatever it is that you do, putting on lotion or combing your hair, everything, when you realize that everything is the divine goddess, everything is the goddess. So everything is, if you set your intention in that direction, is an act of devotion, if that is your intention. So the Spirit is asking you to make that your intention. Make everything an act of devotion, an offering. This fall from grace. So you have had what feels like a fall from grace here. And this might be with a partner. I feel like this is on multiple levels, though. Whatever this ending is multiple things kind of falling at once. Not a tower per se, but multiple things coming to their end all at the same time. And so this feels like a fall from grace. But even this painful ending and this fall from grace is the divine goddess. And to offer this pain and this painful ending of these things back to the divine. All right, let's get 3 cards, please, for what are the divine energies surrounding Pisces on their spiritual path for September 2022. 3 cards, please. Thank you. Ganga. So Aquarius, or Aquarius got that also. All right, we'll take them. Thank you. We'll take them how they fell. All right. We have Ganga, Matsaya, Sita Devi, and Sri Krishna. Now, these readings are not religious specific. This speaking more about the energy that is surrounding you. Whether I use the term God or the divine, the spirit, or even these deities, gods and goddesses, these are talking about different aspects of the same thing. So these readings are not religious specific. So Ganga, the goddess of heavenly ambrosia. So the realization of who and what you are. This is the supreme cup of ambrosia. This is all the cups of ambrosia. And she is riding down the river on the back of an alligator. Her blessings are purification from sin. So, sin all depends on what you believe in. So, this realization of the self also changes your belief structure and changes your definition of what would be a sin. The purification of worldly desires, liberation at the time of death. So you are receiving a certain level of liberation here, and a remedy for physical disease. So this type of energy may have some physical ailments that are associated with the stress of this. Emotional things like this emotional grief can manifest in various physical ways that you may want to seek some level of treatment for, whether that is like actual medical treatment or seeking natural remedies for these things. We have Matsaya, the fish avatar of Vishnu. And his blessings are protection against natural disasters. So you could almost see this as this isn't necessarily an act of nature here, but a protection during this moment of what appears to be disaster. Security for seafarers and travelers. So when you get up here, you are going on this journey. You're going out into the world in a journey. You're also traveling and doing this inner journey. And you are having security during that time. Preserving ancient traditions and knowledge. So this is the most ancient of knowledge here that you would be coming into. Sita Devi, the Queen of Chastity, and also the love of Rama, who is an incarnation of Vishnu, who is also an incarnation of Krishna here. And her blessings are fidelity in love. So again, you might be coming into this divine love in that way. Devotion to truth. Seeing everything as a devotional act. Even this truth is devotion. Penance and tolerance. And power to improve on oneself. So you're definitely improving on yourself by doing this introspection and coming into the truth of yourself here. Then we have Sri Krishna, the Lord of Love. And his blessings are sense of humor. So even though this is hard, this emotional pain is difficult to deal with, and even this introspection coming into this is like, in a sense, until this realization hits, it's like sitting in the lion's den of your own self. But trying to have a sense of humor about this, seeing the humor in this is really going to be helpful as you move forward. And when you have the realization of the self and you realize that you are in fact the cosmic giggle, this is going to bring a lot of humor. Universal love and charity, again with this love vibration. Success in loving relationships. So this may not be romantic relationship per se, but success in loving relationships. This is family, friends, and it could be romantic. We don't really have a lot of that on there. And a carefree attitude towards life. And again, with this sense of humor, having this carefree attitude as you move forward here. And those are the blessings that you are receiving. Let's get 3 cards from the Morgan's Tarot deck. What is on Pisces' spiritual path for September 2022? 3 cards, please. All right. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see it drop. All right. One more, please. Thank you. All right. So we have, what are you feeling now? And this is a person holding a card that's holding a card that's holding a card, and off into infinity. And I wouldn't normally read this card this way, but to ask yourself in this very moment while you watch this video, what are you feeling right now? Kind of examine that for a second. What are you feeling? And now if you can, see what is seeing these feelings. And notice the space between you and the feeling. And that you're not actually in the feelings. You're actually something that is watching the feelings and the activity of the mind. And this will, keeping that going, continue to ask yourself that throughout the month of September. And that will bear fruit. It's a transmutation through union of opposites. So this is asking you to take, there is some energy, it's not out here right now, but there is some energy in your field that appears to be opposites, like two things that you do that don't actually go together, and you do one thing for a year, and then you go back to this other thing for a year, and then you go back to the first thing and you kind of juggle these things, and they never meet, these activities that you do. And the Spirit is asking you to bring those two things together. When we take two opposing forces or two things that do not actually go together and we put them together, this creates an immense amount of power and energy. And so the Spirit is asking you to do that at this time. And this says, ha ha, he he, ha, someone is laughing at you. So there may be those that have seen this crumble, and they may actually be laughing at you. We all, at some point, have someone laughing at us. I think Tupac says, and I'm paraphrasing, people are going to hate you no matter what you do. No matter what you do, somebody is going to find some issue with it, or think it's comical, or think it's this and that, and that's only your problem if you let it be your problem. You know, so what if someone is having a laugh? But also with this finding the humor, almost finding a way to not laugh at yourself in a deprecating way, but find the humor in it. And when you realize who and what you truly are, you are definitely going to be laughing at you and the amount of effort you were putting here and there to try to get to this type of place And when you realize how simple that this undertaking actually is, and the ridiculousness of this whole reality, you will have to laugh at yourself. But again, pay no mind if anybody is laughing at you. It's only your problem if you make it your problem. And if somebody has a problem with you, that's their problem. They can kick rocks. All right. Let's get 3 cards. This is the Thoth deck. 3 cards, please, for what are the hindrances on Pisces' spiritual path for September 2022. Thank you. Queen of Cups. Two of Swords. One more, please. Excuse me. And the Fool. All right. So with the Queen of Cups, this is reminding you not to, don't allow your emotions to have control over you and the course that you take in your life. And again, kind of what I was saying, realizing that you are a step away from your emotions. You're what witnesses the emotions, and you don't have to be in them so deep. You can kind of take a little space from them and see, oh. And when we do that, that actually subdues some heavy emotions. So there is going to be some heavy emotions here, and the Spirit is asking you to not get too deep into those. Don't let the emotions rule your decisions. And then we have the Two of Swords. They're calling this peace. But the Two of the Two of Swords is this position of indecision. So you don't want to stay on the ground here. You don't want to be on the fence. You want to hop up and move forward as quick as you can. Now, everybody can only move at the pace that they can move at. But as soon as you can, get up and charge forward. And then we have the Fool here. So Spirit is asking you to avoid a folly of some sort here. Let me. So the Spirit is saying, don't get too ahead of yourself here. And definitely watch your step as you charge forward, because there is something that could trip you up potentially as you charge forward. You want to charge forward, but remain withdrawn into your innermost heart here. You want to be within yourself. You don't want to charge forward and slip up here, because you're coming out of this emotional grief, and there's some of this pain that is gonna travel with you for a short time here. So you don't want to make rash or risky decisions in this. You want to stay in your pursuit here. So let's get one card, please, from the Dreamscapes Oracle deck for what is on Pisces' spiritual path for September 2022. Thank you. So we have the spring. This isn't speaking about the time of year. This is talking about this underground spring that's bubbling up. This fresh spring waters. And so this is kind of speaking to this cup of ambrosia, this divine ambrosia of the realization of the self. And that it's going to spring up what appears out of nowhere. This is going to be this sudden burst. Realization doesn't happen over a course of a year or a month. This type of realization of your true nature happens in a flash. And so it's like that geyser. There's nothing happening, and then all of a sudden, water shoots up out of the ground, seemingly out of nowhere. So this is this type of energy. And here we have the night sky here above this person, as we have the night sky or the dark clouds above this person. And if you can, try to realize that this painful ending is actually this catalyst for this springing up of this geyser of energy that is the truth of yourself. And again, that everything is the divine goddess, and that even this painful ending can be an offering to the divine. So we'll get a couple messages from the Oracle of Rama deck. We first pick a divine guide card, whichever one kind of stands out or refuses to shuffle back in. We pick. All right, that one. All right, we have Rama, the hero, in the Ramayana. So this has the number 4. So you are moving towards stability, coming out of this unstable situation and into stability here with the number 4. And now these have various messages on them, and they're all numbered according to the divine guide cards, and so that's how we get the messages off of this. So 2 cards, 2 messages, please, for our Pisces for what is on their spiritual path in September 2022. I almost forgot what the month is. September. You gonna come out? What is it? All right, no. Thank you. So we have search and struggle and misfortune and grace. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right, number 4. Meeting with a lifelong devoted helper. So this may be this energy, this it does appear that you are coming in contact with someone who is really going to help you out, but is really going to be devoted to your cause, whatever that may be. And this is going to be one of those friends for life type of situation here. It's going to have seen your struggle, see how you're striving forward, and they're going to kind of back your play on this. And misfortune and grace. A sudden return to wholeness is indicated. So there has been a fracture here within yourself. There's a broken piece here. But the Spirit is saying there is a sudden return to wholeness. And there is no more wholeness than to realize the truth of who and what you are. This is complete wholeness in its expansiveness. Nothing can be broken in the truth of your true nature. Here. So let's get, all right, that one wants to not hop up. All right, we'll set it aside and we'll check that out after we pull these. All right. Let's split the deck 3 times and pull the tops of the splits. One step at a time. So this is again harkening back to this Fool card as a potential hindrance. You want to drive forward with this zest, with speed, and the Spirit is indicating that you should do so, but one step at a time. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Watch yourself and wake up. So you are waking up to the truth of who and what you are. And communicate. So there is something that needs to be, that you need to communicate here. I don't feel it is about the truth of your nature. It has to do with communicate about this painful grief, this painful ending. There's something that you need to communicate, and the Spirit is saying communicate it in a healthy, responsible way, in a compassionate way, but do communicate this so that you can move forward. When we leave things unsaid, it's hard to process and move forward. We'll just see what this is. So refocus. This painful ending happens. To get up on this horse and move forward into your 10 of Cups, you have to refocus. You have to take your eye off of the past and refocus it onto the future and onto your goal at hand and onto the divine. There's a sense that before this, not that you weren't engaged with the Spirit or the divine, but this refocusing, this recalibration of the level of interaction with the divine, and see that everything is the divine and everything can be this offering. All right. Please give us 3 cards for a parting message, for a final message. What would you like to leave Pisces with on their spiritual path for September 2022? 3 cards, please. Mm-hmm. The Emperor. All right. All right. All right. So, with the Emperor, there's 2 things. You are kind of stepping away from anyone who has put themselves in a leadership position in your life, and you are taking the throne of your own leadership, establishing yourself as the leader of your life and the direction that you want to go, sitting in your own power. Now, with the 5 of Wands here, this is going to create some tension. As I said, that when this happens, this is going to kind of follow a little bit. The sting of this is going to follow, but also these people, this person laughing, ha ha, they're not laughing because they think it's funny. They are laughing because they're mad. And they're feeling this incredible tension here. And they're wanting to quarrel with you. And the Spirit is asking you to walk away from this conflict with the 5 of Swords. So we have 2 5s, 2 10s here. So change in and completion here. So, and these people may also want to compete with you in some way, whether it's a verbal competition or conflict, or they may want to try to take what you've created and try to do the same thing, something like that. But you are walking away from this conflict energy and also walking away from competing with them. They only win if you compete with them. And the Spirit is saying these are all self-imposed restrictions with the 8 of Swords here. And what I always say about this card is this person is tied up here, but they are tied up with toilet paper and could easily spread their arms and break the toilet paper and walk back up to the castle. So these are self-imposed restrictions that you're dealing with, and it is up to you to walk away from them. And this is also speaking of negative thoughts of the past, negative thoughts of them, and this victim mentality. So you may feel somewhat victimized by this, but the Spirit is asking you to saying that these are self-imposed restrictions and to break free from those. Lay those on the altar of the divine and offer it all up to the divine. Underneath that, okay. We have the devil. So you are coming from a situation where you have felt bound here. Sensing this could have been a codependent situation, where perhaps you felt trapped. But this is also speaking of unhealthy relationships. And when you get out of this, like I said, there's some processing that needs to be done. You have to process this. You have to do your shadow work here. And that's how you become unbound here. And then you can ride forward with the Knight of Cups, with your cup held high, your cup of emotion, your heart held high, stepping with beauty and grace here. Because on the other side of that, you're having this major breakthrough into truth, with the sword of truth bursting through the crown of this. So like this could speak of this out of body knowledge and wisdom that does not exist in the body or the mind. This realization of your true nature, the truth of yourself. All right, I'm going to try not to see the one underneath it so we can just get this one. No, don't. All right, I've already seen it, so we'll get it after that. So we have the strength card here. So you are moving forward. And to get up on this horse and move forward and to continue to pursue what you want to pursue, to deal with these issues takes bravery and courage here. This also takes a harnessing of confidence. We may not always feel confident, especially after this energy. We may not feel so confident. But to have this belief in yourself and cultivate confidence in this time is really important, because you are stepping into your own power at this time, your own potency. Now I saw it, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm not even going to lift it up. And then we have the Page of Swords. So with this communication, you may want to find a new way to communicate to this energy. Because the old way of communication, I feel like they know you fairly well, and they're going to know how to play you like a fiddle if you communicate in the old way. So find a new way to communicate with them. Find a new energy to interact with them with, and they won't actually know how to deal with that. They don't know how to play that tune. So communicate with them in a different way, and move forward with your thirst of knowledge. And let this curiosity for what is beyond the horizon here light your path here. So we're going to go ahead and leave this here. This reading here for our Pisces. Pisces, I want to send you a lot of love and encouragement for the month of September. This type of situation is not easy, but it does appear that this pays off in your ultimate benefit here. So if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in, listening, and watching. It really does mean a lot. And Pisces, I'll catch you on the next go-round. Peace.